What's up, guys? Back for another one. I want to talk today about. I've said it previously. I have a video about it, but today I think it's a bit different. About a good thing that Trump might, or good possible good things, or possibly, just the good side of whatever you want to fucking call it. Anyways, so I was thinking about it, and I watched TYT had a thing where um, each of them said, and um, yeah, I agree with that, but just from a different angle. They're not listening to this, but from a different angle, I was thinking about him and just trying to think of the social dynamic that will kind of inevitably happen, or trying to think of, you know, how is it gonna be when Trump and everyone he's appointed, kind of in 2 or 3 weeks or in a month, what do they think is gonna happen, or what do they want to happen, And so what they're doing now, Trump is in. So what they're gonna do is, all they need to do, Trump is going to be, in my opinion, the most populist, he's gonna be he's gonna just be the good daddy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna daddy the shit out of America, in a good way, and just be like, oh, you want this? I'll give you this. Oh, you want this? You give me this. Or you want this? Because he's like, I've made it, and and I think his cabinet members and everybody he has with him is they want that. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't be there if they didn't want it. And so they do want it, and so they don't want Trump to fuck it up. And so I guarantee what they're telling him is, listen, you need to fucking stop, the 40% approval rating and all that. They're like, you need to get your approval rating up, number one. Don't even talk about anything else. Just, that's number one. That's what he's gonna do. And I hope he's not listening to this, or nobody from him is, but that's what he should do. And then what he's going to do after that is, then he's going to be like, okay, look at how great I am. Look at what I deserve. I deserve so much. And then that's how he can justify it to himself, because he's giving the country, that's my opinion, that's my prediction about how the events are going to unfold. And so I don't know what the timelines are going to be, though. I don't know how long the time period of him being nice will be, but I guarantee, I just see that happening. And that doesn't mean that I trust him more at all. I just if he doesn't do that, then he's just so dumb. He's just either so dumb, or if he, if, that's the scary thing. If he continues on like that, then it's kind of and if nobody can get him out of power, then he just keeps going like that, then that's he just tested the power of everyone around him. Nobody can get him out, so he's in there. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how I might see that happening, but I'm trying to look at the good side. So the good side is he has this daddy thing. He loves being quote unquote daddy, Daddy Trump. I guarantee he's gonna fucking be like that over the next, I think, maybe 6 months. Maybe just, actually no, it's gonna happen when he gets praised for his approval rating. As soon as he gets praised for his approval rating once by anybody for a raise in approval rating, then he's going to be like, okay, what do I get out of this? That's just going to be where his mind goes. And I hope, I was thinking about it, I'm like, the fuck, like, why do I think that I know him so well? Like, hopefully I'm not like him, and that's why. And so hopefully that's not true. But I think I can, once, like, I can kind of do that with anybody. Once I watch them or see them, or interact with them for a certain amount of time, I don't know, I just figure everybody has that. I don't know if they do or not, but anyways, so yeah, that's what I think. And yeah, his cabinet members are gonna hold some weight at the beginning, but then very quickly he is going to he's the kind of guy, he needs to constantly reassert his dominance. It's like he's the president, but he needs to reassert that to everybody, just to like fully, pound his chest or something. I don't know why, like, but that's what he just does with everything. He just, yeah, and so I don't know. He's the one making the decisions, and he does not strike me as the type of guy who would let the politicians that are in there currently just kind of do what they, or just kind of like stop what he wants to get done in a roundabout way, in the political way that he's not aware of. I have a feeling he won't fall for that kind of, or people won't want to do it because he'll be just so extreme and fire them, or like say that they're the worst person, or that they raped somebody, or I don't know what, but he'll just fight back so hard against it that it just will not be worth it in those little times to do it. And that's how a person like him works, is they just establish a meth, or a kind of an anxiety and a fear in people, where all he needs to do is just to make them question, like think twice. All he needs to do is make them think twice about speaking against him or acting against him in any way, and then he's won. And then it's over. Do you know what I mean? Out of fear of losing a position, out of fear of being publicly outed, out of fear of whatever. That's, in my opinion, where you might go down, and that's not a positive thing. I'm trying to make it positive here. I don't know. Yeah, so the point is that the positive will be that he, and I'm not, like, I think this might have been mentioned, I don't know, it seems like it was a new idea, but, I watched so much that I definitely could be just stealing it, but yeah, I think he will just do that, because that's the type of person he is. He's gonna be crazy, like, it's just gonna be everybody celebrating because he's in, and he's gonna be, handing out everything. And his speech, I felt like, and this is hard to admit, honestly, but I felt like I, for the first time, could feel not kind of hatred in Donald Trump, or not just fakeness. It felt not fake, which is, I'm really tepid with saying anything beyond not fake, but I don't know. We'll see. I've said this before. I think there is a chance. There's a fucking chance that this will affect him. That this will be like the biggest thing that ever happened to him in his life. Because he feels like he did it on his own. Like, this is his. Like, he went out there. He fucking you know, this is a good thing actually. He went out there and he went to all those rallies. He did all those things. He wasn't being he wasn't being paid to go and do that each time. For somebody like him, for somebody so obsessed with money and just trying to get paid, for somebody to go out and talk and do that stuff, I'm not saying he did it in an altruistic way. I'm saying he liked it in a different way, not for the money, but for the praise that he just got constantly. And so what that means is that because he won, it locks kind of that in it, and it gives him responsibility. For someone like him to have a major responsibility based on a win that you achieved, and I'm basing this on me looking at him as a very insecure type of person. Kind of like I just judge him as that, and so I'm basing it on that. So if that's wrong, then I'm wrong. But if that's right, then I think I'm right. So, so yeah, and then he will, he will have that responsibility, and that'll be a big thing for him, because I think if I was him, I would be able to write off most of my success on like when I'm going to sleep at night, I'd be thinking about oh well, I did just get a thing from my dad, and so a loan from my dad, and it was all in the family. So what really did he do? You know what I mean? He just I don't know what he did. I really honestly actually don't know anything about his businesses, but anyways, so that will, hopefully he takes pride in that, and hopefully because he has such a big ego, he'll want it to be good for his ego. He won't want it to be bad, because hopefully this is just really giving him the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully his ego won't, regardless of if he's a good guy or not a good guy, that's not playing into this. Just his ego will might stop him from completely being a terrible president, because he wouldn't want to, the weight of being president. He wouldn't want to stop, kind of he wouldn't want that on his chest, because it's the first time, and I think that first time in his life, I feel that off him, kind of this is not I can get the idea of someone who is a supposed, let's say someone else, not Donald Trump, somebody else. He's just a billionaire. He's owned millions of businesses. He's done all this shit, done everything, whatever. And then he goes into president, he's jaded, kind of. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't really affect him, and he just goes through it, and he just oh, if I apply my whatever I did before to this, then I should be okay. I think that's more dangerous than someone who has not been kind of personally affected, or doesn't have a personal attachment to the presidency. And I think in some way that Donald Trump has a personal attachment to this. And I can't 100% say why, but I would really argue that. Because I can't say why. I just think he does, for other reasons and whatever. So anyways, that's me trying to be hopeful after I feel I don't even live in the country, but I feel a little part of we've just lost a little bit. Humanity has I don't think that in a dramatic way. I just feel humanity has lost a little bit. It's kind of a sad, humbling feeling. Just a heavy feeling. But yeah, I hope, like, I think about some people in worse spots than me, and it's, you know what I mean? There's definitely some people who were not, you know, who have not been, who need, you know, who have not been put at ease by things happening, you know, on a political scale in a long time, and that would be tough, and so, anyways, yeah, I hope it's good. I guess I'll see, and I really don't want to be like hyper negative about everything. So I want to, yeah, kind of for myself, I want to like really try to move on, or try to, I don't know what, but like I'm gonna continue to pay attention to it. I just like, I think a lot of people are just feeling, like myself too, and I think a lot of people are just feeling like like they're walking through a room that is just dark, you know what I mean? Like they don't know where to go. Hopefully they're, you know, and I think this is the perfect time for, you know, before Trump kind of washes everything as equal, kind of like just whitewashes everything as like good or bad, before kind of that happens in society, because that will happen. I think it's a good time for kind of the Democratic Party to really like, or not the Democratic Party, whatever that is, the left party, whatever that ends up being, or that whatever it is, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's very strong right now, but they need to really put together a solid, just core plan, and start running that plan, and stop doing this reactive politics. Reactive politics is what's killing fucking America. Well, it's one of the things, you know. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this because they're gonna do that, and they're gonna do this, so I'll do this. And it's like, no, you're just playing into their game. You need to just like make a set of things that you want to do, and just push that regardless of what anybody else says. That's what needs to happen. The game, the back and forth playing and insulting and doing this or that, like that's what, and I don't mean that in like a Christian, like don't insult each other. I mean that in a, like you're just wasting, it just wastes time, and they're doing, like the opposition is getting you to battle to bring them down to their level, and to, you know, so you don't look as good, and to bring them down to their level, not so they look better to their base, although that does happen, but so you look worse to your base, which is an insidious thing to do. But anyways, that's kind of the few things that I'm just thinking about right now. Actually, I could make one of these videos every hour, but but then I would just be spending every minute of every second either making a video or not every second, but I'd be spending a lot of time, wouldn't be able to do anything else. Be just uploading videos. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys.